Yo, Dingo Mang here, and I'm back with yet another episode of the Spawn Trap. In today's episode, I'm going to teach you how to trap your foes on the map Fallen in Domination. This spawn trap is the most complicated simple trap of any map. That isn't an oxymoron for you. What I mean is all the pieces have to fall into the right place for it to work. Think of it like chess. You and your teammates need to be in the right locations to checkmate the enemy team. But oh, when you do, it's a beautiful disaster. This video is a little longer than I wanted, sorry. But perk up and pay attention. If you need to pause it and get a hot pocket, go right now. Starting us off here, you'll need to have a full team and they need to have mics. If everybody isn't on board with your tactic, then this isn't going to work. It only takes one a-hole pushing the spawn to screw it up for everyone. Communication is the key to victory. Make sure you're calling out when your side is being overwhelmed or if enemies have spawned behind you. On Fallen, we're going to take B and A. Got that? B and A. I know on this map you can trap them at any one of the flags, but for this trap, we're going to trap the enemies at the C flag with only one spawn location. This location is great as you can see for a multitude of reasons. There's only two narrow exits to escape from, and there is no shelter from air support, so once they're locked in, they're screwed. Alright, now we're getting into positioning. We'll start on the right side and move our way over to the left. The diagram is for when you have the enemies locked into their trap. At the beginning of the match, you want to send one or two teammates over to the right. It usually doesn't get really hard at the beginning, but as your team smashes out the middle and left, you're going to have 9 angry faces looking at you over here. The right is where the enemies spawn. You can actually kill them as they spawn over here. It's a great place for getting a lot of kills and a great place to get killed a lot. I'm going to be teaching you primarily how to do this in Ground War, where you have 9 players on each team. But this works for 6-man domination as well. Just reduce some of the players from each location. On the right, you want to have 2 people looking down into their spawn, and 1 on the trash heap looking down towards the playground. Weapons for the right side include LMGs, assault, and sniper rifles. Leave the SMGs and shotguns at home. As far as kill streaks go, on this map, air support rules, but sentry guns are very effective on the right. Moving on to the middle, there are 2 locations that need to be locked down, which are the breezeway here and the flat roof, which we'll get to. After getting B, you need one person to remain here in the middle and hold down the breezeway. It's a little overwhelming due to the fact that enemies can be coming from many different directions, the breezeway, the flat roof, or top A building. But stick it out and hold your ground, soldier. There are 2 ways to cover the breezeway. From the location on the bench, which is a little more guarded, or the more aggressive method, which is to be in the breezeway. The breezeway should be held down with assault and sniper rifles as well as LMGs. The diagrams with the red and yellow show where the flip line is and what level of flip will occur. Yellow, where most mistakes occur, flips only the enemies killed during the time of the line being crossed, as where red will displace the enemy spawn for around 15 seconds. The other location in the middle is the flat roof. You don't need anyone to go onto the flat roof at the very beginning of the match, but after your team has taken the A flag, you position 1 or 2 people up here. The flat roof is amazing and horrifying at the same time. It gives you a bird's eye angle on every area of the map, but also leaves you vulnerable to being hit from any direction. Place your precision players here. Hold down the flat roof with LMGs, snipers, and assault rifles. By holding down the flat roof and the breezeway, you shut down one of the enemy's primary spawn points, which is the playground. 1 primary down, 2 to go. On to the left. At the beginning of the game, after capturing the B flag, a large force of either 6 or 7 troops, depending on how many you leave behind to cover the right and breezeway, should be advancing to the A flag. These 6 people need to secure the A flag and clear the enemies out of the junkyard and A building. After clearing these locations, this is where your teammates get to go where they're needed. Leave here to go to the right or middle, but only if the area is cleared. 2 or 3 teammates should remain over on the left at all times. When guarding the left, I suggest going as ninja as possible, silencers, assassin, etc. The junkyard is one of the enemy's primary spawn points. You can advance on the far left as far as the staircase near the sea overlook. Weapons to use on the left are any weapon you feel comfortable with. I suggest assault rifles, but if you're very proficient with another setup, go for it. When advanced on the left, you always need to watch behind you, unless you have someone literally sit in the junkyard to block up that spawn point. Remember earlier I said 1 primary spawn point down, 2 to go? The playground and the junkyard are number 1 and number 2. The third is right here behind this truck, which is blocked off by people on the flat roof as well as the far left. The last thing we're going to cover is the flip. When somebody crosses a flip line or as new victims enter the match from the previous Rage Quiz, there may be enemies behind you. Gunther intentionally crosses the line into the sea overlook, which sometimes needs to be cleared out of campers. When all areas are covered well and air support is abundant, sometimes the left gets a little boring. Pop across a small flip line, then rush back into the junkyard and silently slay your foes. If you have teammates in the junkyard, don't do this because it causes the enemy to spawn at A or behind B at your initial spawn point. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Spawn Trap. Tell your buddies to watch this episode. It doesn't matter if you're doing it right, if they're effing it up. Remember to subscribe, comment, like, and or favorite for more. And as always, this has been Dingo, and you stay classy.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
Did you see that?
Oh, damn.
Did you see that? Did you see that?
Damn.
Did you see that?